so many people are going to lose their shirts with short-term rentals over the next 4 years because of 100% bonus depreciation coming back. And I was super excited about 100% bonus depreciation coming back. I still am. I think it's an amazing thing that people are going to be able to take advantage of in the United States. Again, I'm a Canadian, not an American, and I don't have benefits like this for reinvesting into the economy of Canada, but in the States you do. And so you may be thinking, like, why am I so stressed and worried about the fact that 100% bonus depreciation is actually going to cause thousands upon thousands of people to lose a ridiculous amount of money? Well, the reason being is because people are jumping on this 100% bonus depreciation in the STR tax loophole like it's a no-brainer. Like you just buy any property, call it a short-term rental, all of a sudden I saved $100,000 in taxes. Great, this is amazing. This is going to be this is going to, set me up for my financial future. The property's going to appreciate. I'm going to make so much money. But there's so many people who are going to buy unbelievably terrible properties, and it's blowing my mind. I apologize, guys. I'm making this video just to rant. I genuinely don't know exactly how I want to say this, and I've been trying to think of how to word it for the past couple of weeks now, because I obviously help people find properties, right? That can be profitable short-term rentals. And I have spoken to so many people since that 100% bonus depreciation came back. I've taken so many different calls with so many different people, almost all of them from California, who talked about wanting to buy short-term rental just for the tax savings. And almost every single one of them said, I'm okay with it breaking even. I want to be in California. I don't care if this property loses, $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month. And one guy, $3,000 a month. He was okay with it losing $3,000 a month. And I just don't think they're understanding what they're setting themselves up for, right? So let's play this out realistically. Let's say that you got a property that saved you $100,000 in taxes, but you end up losing $2,000 a month every single month with that property. Within 4 years, all of your tax savings are completely gone. So now you're banking on the fact that the property is going to appreciate. And that's the only way that you'd end up making money in that scenario other than principal pay down, because all of those $100,000 in tax savings that you just got have been wiped out. You've lost it over 4 years. You worked for free for 4 years to be able to have $100,000 in tax savings, but now it's all gone. Worst case scenario is you buy a property, saves you $60,000, and you lose $30,000 a year. And in 2 years, you have to sell the property because now you're going into an even more of a loss with that property. But the piece that people are forgetting about is the amount of capital they have to put up front for the furniture, the amenities, the photos, all of that is going to be completely gone as well, because furniture, once it's purchased, is worthless, right? And then on top of that, you're working for free. Over that 2-year period, either you're managing it or you're paying somebody to manage it, and it's losing you money the entire time. And so why I'm freaking out right now, why I'm stressing about this in the way that I am, is because so many people that I've spoken with are prepared to lose money to make a little bit today that they're going to lose for years. And in my opinion, the worst case scenario, the worst thing to happen when it comes to buying real estate is being forced to sell that piece of real estate in a non-ideal time. Okay? Because anybody who holds real estate for 5, 10, 20 years, everyone's like, wow, they're a genius. You're so smart. How did you know to hold that property for 20 years? Every single last person who's held real estate for 20 years looks like a genius. But if you are forced to sell the property in 2 or 3 years, and it's like forced meaning it doesn't make any sense to hold on to that property, then you're selling it at a time that may not be the most optimal time to sell it, right? Let's run a little scenario here. You get one of these people, or maybe you're somebody who's like, I'm okay with the property breaking even, or losing money is actually the one that probably drives me the most nuts. But you're okay with the property losing money. We go, okay, so you buy a short-term rental, it loses you $2,000 a year or month, so $24,000 a year, and you saved $100,000. So you got a 4-year runway, right? But what if within that 4-year time period, we hit a recession like we do, the economy resets itself every 8 to 10 years, and you hit a recession, it's a really tough time, and guess what people stop doing the most? They stop traveling the most. That's one of the first things that goes, right? I went through COVID with short-term rentals, and the business was just gone. It was just wiped away. I owned all these contracts if I could hold on to them when everything went back to normal, but that was a year and a half later, right? And so I had to hold that property for an entire year and a half. So in your scenario where you're okay with losing $2,000 a month, that only makes sense if everything stays fine for the next 4 years. And then maybe you've appreciated and you sell the property at that point, which still doesn't make sense to me because you've lost all of your tax savings. But if in one of those years things go truly bad, where the economy really, really dips, and now all of a sudden you're not losing $24,000 a year, you're losing $50,000 a year, and maybe you actually just lost your job on top of that because the whatever happened with the economy actually affected your job or your business, and now all of a sudden your business is losing and this Airbnb is losing, and now you're in this worst case scenario where you genuinely cannot hold on to that Airbnb, and now you're trying to sell it at probably one of the worst times to sell one of those properties. And that scenario that I just laid out there keeps me up at night, for one, but is also going to be the scenario that I can almost guarantee that a lot of people are going to find themselves in within these next 4 years to 5 years to whatever it may be. And I'm making this video so that anyone who's watching this is hearing the words come out of my mouth and going, hey, maybe I should think about this a little bit more thoroughly. Maybe I should understand the data behind trying to identify a property a little bit more thoroughly. Maybe I should understand what my competition is doing within this market so that when I buy this property, I don't have the worst property on the block and I don't even realize it because I didn't pay attention to my competition. And this is the thing that kind of also, it blows my mind when it comes to Airbnbs. If I was going to go into a brand new market, brand new city that I didn't know, and I was going to open up, let's say, a sandwich shop, okay? If there were 10 other sandwich shops that existed within that city, and I didn't think to myself, maybe I should check out those other sandwich shops. Maybe I should see what they're pricing their sandwiches at, what they're offering, how much meat they put on their sandwich, what kind of variety of options they have, where they're actually located, what their the sort of branding of those sandwich shops are. I would be a fool to open up a sandwich shop in a market and not learn what the other sandwich shops are doing to be able to succeed in that area. And yet, hundreds, if not thousands of people nowadays are opening up Airbnbs, which are businesses in markets where they're not looking at any of their competition, at least not thoroughly enough. They're not going and saying, well, what do the other 4 bedrooms look like? What are the other 4-bedroom Airbnbs in this area? What are they offering, right? How have they put their property together that's maybe allowing them to perform well in comparison to the other people that are not performing well? Maybe I should learn what is happening here so that when I open up my business, my Airbnb in this market, I don't shoot myself in the foot right off the bat. And maybe I should have a realistic understanding of how much money it's going to take me to put into that property to be competitive in this area. There's a lot of people, guys, out there who are trying to take advantage of the short-term rental tax loophole who are not thinking about this or any of these things that I just mentioned. Now, mind you, maybe they're going to dig a little deeper. Maybe they're just in these beginning learning. A lot of the people I'm talking to are in the beginning learning stages because they know that the tax savings is huge, and so they're trying to figure it out. But I know a lot of people watch my YouTube channel are people who love Airbnb and you're trying to figure it out and how to do it yourself, and you've been diving in and all this stuff. But if you're one of those people who's watching this because you saw that I just said that a whole bunch of people are going to lose money due to the short-term rental tax loophole and the 100% bonus depreciation, you're trying to figure out why, and you're like, okay, I get John's points, they're kind of valid what he's saying here, then what I need you to do and what you want to do here is start to learn the data. Start to learn what your competition is doing and how much those properties are actually making, and learn how to underwrite a property properly so that you are not buying something that will lose money during profitable times. Right now, this year, this is a profitable time to own a short-term rental. The time where it's not going to be profitable, that's where hell is going to break loose, right? It is going to be extraordinarily interesting. You see this vein that's popping out of my neck right now, guys? This is the stress that I'm feeling for the amount of people I'm talking to. And share this video, please. Share this video with somebody in your circle who has talked about wanting to get a short-term rental but truly doesn't know what they're doing or is trying to figure this out, and use this as a way to stress what I'm trying to get across here. And I don't want to leave anyone hanging. I know I'm pretty well on a rant here that's been going on forever. You're probably over it, but the last thing I want to say here is I've never sold a course, okay? I've never sold coaching. I've never sold those sort of things. All I have done is tried to give it away for free. And after I found 120 plus properties, I created a course that is 100% free about how to understand Airbnb data to find profitable properties. And I've condensed it into a 7-day Airbnb data challenge where each day you learn a different thing that you need to learn. You learn about how to find the right market, then how to build a buy box for that market, then how to hunt for the properties that meet your buy box criteria within that market, then how to forecast the revenue of those properties that you've just found, then how to underwrite those properties. Then eventually you now have a property, how to set it up as well. And now you have a property that actually has the potential to be a good investment that also is an amazing tax play. That's where you want to be. That's the scenario that you want to live in, is having that advantage. I'll link the course right down below. 7-day Airbnb data challenge to be able to find a profitable property. It's about 1 hour every single day. You can get through it, and then you can understand so much more and actually put it into practice to find that profitable short-term rental and get a crazy amount of tax savings. Because the short-term rental tax loophole and the 100% bonus depreciation coming back is one of the best possible things that exists out there in real estate, which is why so many people are interested in it. But so many people are going to screw up because they're not going to learn how to do this properly. Don't be one of those people. Click the link down below and learn. All right. Got that off my chest. See you in the next video.